Hi vegan hearts! In this video I want to talk about the beliefs that keep us fat, that made us fat, that kept me fat in the past, and what actually almost everybody believes. And sometimes that also explains the reactions from people when they watch you change and see you lose weight and then thinking that you have a problem when you change to a high carb, low fat vegan diet. Because they believe that, that's number one belief, everybody believes that the amount of food, how much we eat, causes weight gain if it's too much, alright? That the amount of food is the cause. Almost everybody believes that calories that we are, when we eat food, that we eat calories, right? Nobody, not one single human being on this planet has ever eaten a calorie. It's impossible. The term calorie is a unit of measurement, like meter, like liters, like you cannot eat a calorie. It's impossible. What we eat is carbohydrates, we eat sugar, we eat fat. That's what you eat. There's no calorie in a pizza, alright? So, one tip that I can give you to overcome this belief is replace the term calorie with energy, and see eating as a form of energy intake. Alright, you're fueling yourself with energy. That's what eating is all about. When you eat carbohydrates and sugars from unprocessed fruits and vegetables, when you don't eat oil and salt, you can actually eat as much as you want. Alright, that's what I do. I do this, and I constantly lose the weight. My weight is constantly going down. My body fat is constantly getting lower and lower and lower. At the same time, it's very easy to be active and build muscle, alright? Another thing is the belief that sugar makes us fat. A very simple cure for that too, alright? Write down all the food you eat and take time to read the label and note how much fat is in that food. For example, you eat a pizza, write down the fat, the amount of fat that you have consumed. Write down the sugar. Write down the amount of carbohydrates in there. Alright? Do that. And then make it for a day, or make it for some meal, or for one meal even, it's enough. But it's more impressive if you do it for a week or for a month. And then you have this number of fat, and you have the number of carbohydrates and sugar. And then take a package of plain wheat flour, plain sugar, and watch the amount of fat that is in there. And then look at the number of fat you have consumed from your processed foods. And look at those two numbers, and then tell yourself it's not the fat that caused it, it's carbohydrates, it's the sugar. You can no longer believe it if you see the numbers. If you start reading labels, if you start seeing the juice, alright, you will understand that what you believe is false, alright. One other thing, the third belief that keeps us fat, that makes us fat, that kept me fat in the past, is the belief that my genes make me fat. In my family, there are some people who are overweight, and the skinny ones are skinny fat. And when you look around society, you see everybody's getting fat. You see a lot of overweight people. So there's something inside of us that makes us believe, okay, it's normal. Everybody gains weight. It's normal. Especially when it's in your family, you think that is the cause, so I cannot escape my fate. It's just how it is. Well, when I remember what I was eating in the past, before I went on this high-carb, low-fat vegan diet, I wish that I have more awareness and to become more aware. I woke up when I watched videos on YouTube. But I recommend this. If you are eating a lot of processed foods, if you are feeling that you're overweight and you feel that something is wrong with it, I would recommend you write down what you eat. Like with the second point, what I was talking about before, write down the amount of fat that you consume. Then there will be no doubt why you're fat, all right? That gives you awareness. Write down what you eat. Write down the carbohydrates, write down the amount of sugar, write down the amount of fat. And when I say fat, I mean oil, butter. And when you buy something, look at the label. Look at how much fat is in that thing. And then again, tell yourself it's not this amount of fat that my body is storing. It's the sugar or it's the flour. Take that. It's like take that knowledge. It's knowledge. You know what you're eating, and then the belief that it's not what you do that makes you fat. It's your genes will just die off. All right. And another belief that will make you fat or keep you fat, that kept me fat in the past, was the belief that vegetables and fruit don't taste good, that they won't satiate me, and that they're just not fun. Okay? And I was like thinking that when I want to eat healthy, I can only live off salads. I will always be hungry. That was my biggest fear, to be hungry. I always felt happy when I was stuffed. When I was stuffed and I was full. I thought it was happiness. It wasn't happiness, but that was the feeling that I was chasing, And most of the time after I ate, I would just sleep afterwards. I was just tired, and I was looking for that numbness, all right? But I think that life shouldn't be that way, all right? We want to be energetic. So, well, for me, everything changed when I saw those YouTubers, right? When I saw that they were eating plain carbohydrates, plain rice with vegetables. Like, when I saw that they didn't eat oil, when I saw that they were eating a lot of fruit, when I saw the big portions they will eat, when I saw how much energy they had, when I saw how their bodies transformed over time, from chubby or overweight or unhealthy or sick to fit, healthy, and beautiful, I was like stunned, all right? And I understood the truth in that. I understood, okay, I was making myself sick and fat and feeling tired all the time. And that is not how life is supposed to be, how I should feel about myself. And in the beginning, when I tried to be a high-carb, low-fat vegan, potatoes didn't taste good. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know. I remember one day I was trying to force a big portion of rice inside of me, but it was just not tasty. I was trying to eat big portions of potatoes, but I didn't know how to eat them without salt and oil. Nothing would taste good. And I was like, I cannot eat this much. It doesn't taste good. And another problem was, I learned that when you prepare potatoes that you have to cool them off with cold water. And I did that. And then the moment I wanted to start eating, they were already cold. And I didn't like the taste of cold potatoes, and it was like just... it was grind awfully. So, and I understood all the reasons for being vegan. I really wanted to be a vegan. So giving up was not an option for me. And what I did was, I just calmed myself and said, okay, you will figure out how to do that. You will figure out how you can eat this and make it tasty. And the number one thing how to make food tasty is buy good quality. And one thing is like my vegetables and stuff. I just experimented where I could find high quality foods, and it's in at the farmers market. You can find good quality, and you can find also inexpensive foods. Then in ethnic stores. So I buy original rice that was produced in Thailand or wherever those things are produced, which has more taste and flavor than rice produced by Western countries. And so I buy original Thai rice, or I buy original rice from Eastern countries, or I produce there. That makes a huge difference. So it's very important that your main staple foods are high quality. If you can afford organic, it's no question, all right? So the plain food has to taste good on its own. That's the number one. And when it comes to potatoes, if you want to know how to eat them hot, well, don't cool them off in the cold water. Very simple. Yeah, if you change those three things, it will really benefit you. Another belief is you should get rid of when you want to lose weight is that the fact that you are getting older, the time, that is totally bullshit. You're not getting fat because you're getting older. You're getting fat because you're eating too much fat. And again, the cure is the same tip, which I was talking about in tip number 1 or 2 and 3. Just write down the amount of fat you eat in LBS or gram or whatever. Write that down. And then tell yourself again, no, it's not that amount of fat that is on my hips. It's the sugar that doesn't contain any fat. You will crush that belief too. And you would say, well, no, it's the time that has passed. It's not that fat that I put in my mouth. You have to learn to tell yourself the truth. Okay, I'm going to finish up this video and with a request, and I ask you, please go vegan. Veganize it. Veganize your mind. Veganize your heart. Veganize your life. Bye.